parts of the land. How you look after it and how you, when you till it, it's to keep the land alive. I inherited my place, cow-calf operation, when my dad got sick in '93. I would consider myself the fourth generation on our place. And it's been, I guess, a family tradition, I would call it, where our whole family is part of this.
I like to sear it. Like I love the prime ribs and the round roasts and things like that. So I sear it, a little bit of garlic and oil, and then oven cook it or do it on a barbecue. Yeah, you can't go wrong there with it for sure. It's guaranteed grass-fed, no hormones or antibiotics, no grain whatsoever, right from start to finish. I didn't realize how cattle were treated prior to doing this. Grain isn't good for cows, and corn isn't good for cows. So basically you're eating a sick animal.
We're down here participating in this BC Beef Day, but also Black Creek Ranch is the supplier of the beef today that's being cooked up and sampled out, I guess, to people that are attending this function.
It is great to be here today to celebrate Beef Day for British Columbia. Today is a day to enjoy the beef and the bounty of the province, but also to remember that what we eat comes from somewhere, that what we eat is raised by hard-working farm families.
First Nations Agricultural Association's mandate is to provide services and act as an advocate for the Aboriginal producers in the province. And we're the oldest organization in the country that does that in Canada. We've been around since 1978.
We believe in healthy, natural animals and no stress on our animals, no hormones in our animals, just the way they've always have been.
Definitely we see, an increase in the growth. And this is a niche market. There'll always be those people that want to buy the cheap beef that the feedlots in Alberta raise, but their program is not a sustainable program. They rely on cheap grain and cheap fuel, neither of which they're going to have in the near future.
People are looking at where their food is coming from, how it's being raised, and how it's being processed, and is it humane?
Well, we've been doing research at Thompson Rivers University and looking at the overall carbon footprint using life cycle analysis of beef. And many people have heard that cattle produce methane, which is true. Methane is a greenhouse gas that's about 23 times more powerful than CO2. But what most people are unaware of is that the pastures, the grasses that the cattle are on, at the same time are also sequestering carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. So we're finding at Thompson Rivers University, when we measure how much methane is being eructed out of the front of the cattle, generally our pastures are more than capable of offsetting that by sequestering the carbon deep into the root systems of the plants, taking the CO2 out of the atmosphere and putting it deep into the ground. What's really special about grass-fed beef is it really maintains a healthy ratio between the omega-6 fatty acids and the omega-3 fatty acids that dietitians are increasingly recognized are very important for our health. Most grass-fed beef, the ratio is between under 4 to 1, and it's usually around 2 to 1, which is about the same as what you would find in salmon. And so we get hung up on the absolute amount of omega-3 in there, but really what's important is the ratio of the omega-6s to the omega-3s. The reason is those omega-6s and 3s compete for the same binding sites in our bodies. So when you have a diet that's very high in omega-6s, I think that it's often causing a lot of deleterious effects.
When we were growing up, to look after livestock or look after horses, I've been always told that you look after them, they will work with you. In the way of horses, they will help you do your work. But in the way of cattle, they create good food, if it's for yourself or whoever you're selling it to.